In this video I will tell you in detail how you can farm gems in the game Sailor Peace on Roblox. Subscribe, like, hype if you want to get this, more Roblox guides and enter giveaways. Watch till the end to understand this guide well. Gems in Sailor Peace are literally everywhere, but stacking enough of them to actually progress takes some real effort. I'll tell you every single method to farm them fast and exactly where you should be spending them, so you don't waste a single one. Let's get into it. First up, the absolute best way to grind gems is by clearing NPC mobs. The higher the level of the mobs you're taking down, the bigger the gem payout you're getting. And if you're not already running the right clan, you're leaving a ton of gems on the table. Clans like Yamato and Zoldyck are specifically great for boosting your gem gains, so make sure you switch to one of those if you're serious about farming. The difference is noticeable, and you'll feel it real quick once you start grinding with the right setup. Now while you're out there clearing mobs, you also want to be looting treasure chests. Once you hit Shinjuku Island or any location above that, mobs start dropping epic, mythical, and even secret chests at a decent rate. Cracking those open gives you a huge chunk of gems in one shot. And it's not just mob drops either. Chests also come from quests, bosses, and redeeming codes, so there are multiple ways to stack them up without doing anything extra. Speaking of quests, here's a tip that a lot of players straight up ignore. Before you start any wave clearing session, go talk to the NPC nearby and grab the recurring quest first. It takes like 5 seconds and it means you're earning extra gems on top of whatever the mobs are already dropping. You're basically doubling your gem income from the same activity just by picking up that quest before you start. Don't skip it, it's free gems every single time, and it adds up way more than you'd think after a few sessions. Next, let's talk about dungeons because they're a solid gem source that also helps you hit other progression goals at the same time. Whether you're running the Sid dungeon, the Rune dungeon, or the Double dungeon, every wave you clear and every boss you take down inside is handing you gems. Subscribe to this channel if you want to join the giveaway. Check the links in the video description and write what you would like to get from this game. It's not the flashiest grind, but it's consistent, and you're making progress toward other objectives while doing it. So it's super efficient use of your time. Same logic applies to the Infinite Tower. The whole structure of it is wave after wave after wave, and every enemy that goes down drops gems. If you're already working on Sailor Peace Ascension, which requires you to clear dungeons and towers anyway, you're basically farming gems as a side effect of doing stuff you'd be doing regardless. That's the kind of efficiency you want in your grind. Bosses are another strong option, and honestly if you build correctly they can be one of the fastest gem sources in the game. Before you start boss farming though, make sure you have a solid damage build set up because you want to be clearing them as fast as possible to maximize your gems per hour. You can find bosses in the open world at places like Sailor Island, Shibuya Station, and Judgment Island. Bosses also show up inside dungeons and towers which you're already running. And if you want a more controlled farming setup, head over to Boss Island where you can literally spawn specific bosses on demand and just keep looping them for gems. It's one of the more chill but effective grind spots once you get the rhythm going. Now codes. Not every code in Sailor Peace is going to hand you gems directly, but when they do, it's usually a big amount. On top of that, a lot of codes give you secret chests which are also loaded with gems. The key thing here is speed. Codes can expire or run out of uses, so you want to be redeeming them the second they drop. Keep an eye on the official socials or community pages so you never miss one. It's literally free resources with zero effort required, there's no reason to sleep on it. Last farming method I'll cover is artifact milestones, and this one gets overlooked way too often. When you're grinding artifacts out on Snow Island, make sure you're actually paying attention to the milestone levels. Each time you hit one of those checkpoints you can claim reward packages that include treasure chests and gems. A lot of players are just farming the artifacts, and completely forgetting to collect the milestone rewards sitting there waiting for them. Go to Snow Island regularly and claim those. It's free gems you've already earned just sitting uncollected. Now let's talk about where all these gems are actually going because you're gonna need a lot of them across several different parts of the game. First big use is buying weapons. Picking up swords and melee styles in Sailor Peace costs a serious amount of gems alongside whatever other materials are required. If you're trying to build out a strong loadout, you need to be consistently farming gems just to keep up with the weapon costs. The second use, and honestly the one that will eat the most gems by far, is stat rerolls. This is where your gem stack disappears faster than anywhere else. Stat rerolls in Sailor Peace go all the way up to Z tier, and to actually reach that you need to roll a massive number of times. Each roll costs gems, and the higher you're pushing the more you're spending. It's basically a gem sink designed to keep you grinding, and the only way to stay competitive with your stats is to keep that gem income high at all times. You also need gems to summon bosses. Certain islands in the game, and Boss Island especially, require you to spend gems to actually spawn the boss you want to fight. So if boss farming is part of your loop, you're spending gems to make gems, which means your net income needs to be positive. Build a solid gem farming routine first before you go heavy on boss spawning, or you'll drain your supply faster than you're refilling it. Devil fruits are another gem sink through the fruit gacha system. At the fruit dealer NPC on Sailor Island, you can roll for devil fruits using either coins or gems. If you're chasing a specific fruit, you're probably going to be spending a decent chunk of gems on rolls, so keep that in mind when budgeting your resources. And finally, there's the merchant shop, also on Sailor Island, where you can spend gems to grab specific items directly instead of relying on drops. It's a useful way to target exactly what you need when RNG isn't cooperating. So to wrap everything up and make sure you've got the full picture, your main gem income is gonna come from mob grinding, especially at higher level zones with a gem boosting clan like Yamato or Zoldyck. Layer on top of that the recurring quests before every session, chest drops from Shinjuku Island and above, dungeon and tower clears, boss farming at Sailor Island and Boss Island, code redemptions whenever they drop, and milestone reward collection at Snow Island. That's your full farming loop. On the spending side, your gems are going toward weapons and melee styles, stat rerolls which will eat the bulk of your supply as you push towards Z tier, boss summons on islands that require it, fruit gacha rolls at the dealer on Sailor Island, and specific item purchases through the merchant shop. Keep that farming loop running consistently, use the right clan setup, don't ignore the small stuff like quests and milestones, and you'll always have enough gems to keep your character pushing forward without hitting that frustrating wall where you're stuck waiting to afford the next upgrade.